What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Farming Sim. I am joined by David.
Hey everyone, how are we doing?
We did have a nice view.
Yeah, the fog's kind of stolen it now.
Yeah. Right.
Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take some wood beams up to the
Temple.
then we're going to mow some grass. I believe you're going to go make Bugs Bunny very happy.
Yeah, where are these going? Canning factory and then soup factory?
Probably just, yeah, then you're left over a silo.
What have we got a shit ton of? Have we already got carrots?
Please hold caller.
I couldn't.
Yeah, we have 300,000 litres in storage.
Or do they just go into storage then? And
Possibly.
And then I'll just
Canning factory will take some if we needed to.
Well,
Soup factory will take. You know, before we get rid of that 300,000, what I can do is I could always set an auto drive up, just take them to the canning factory.
you might as well. I was going to say you might as well just let me dump the silo first.
Yeah.
And then we'll just unleash the AI hell. But yeah, so we're back farm sim. Obviously, we want to progress, and it seems like we're making some progress.
I think we're finally starting to get somewhere.
With the temple.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So I was taking this brand new Mercedes we've got courtesy of the Mercedes Trucks DLC.
Yeah.
Thankfully you went for the Actos L and not the sodding Pro Cabin version.
Well, I was thinking about getting the Pro Cabin, but I thought, no, David will then yell at me. But it doesn't look. It doesn't look.
I wouldn't
cool.
kill you, I just wouldn't use it.
Yeah, but I just doesn't look good in game. No.
Doesn't look much better in real life.
I haven't actually seen one yet. By the way,
there's a few. I think most of the ones I've seen actually are Mercedes Demons.
Yeah, just a quick question.
Go ahead.
What's the M6 been like recently?
Because
I've heard...
the work in the mini can also have to delays at like busy times, but I'll be honest with you, I've been working north quite a lot lately, so I've not seen.
Yeah, good to know.
It's been more of a pain for us because that free road towards you's been closed overnight.
Airside. Up to Newbury Bridge.
Yeah, that's been closed. That's been overnight closures.
No, why do it?
Resurfacing, there's vegetation work in it, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, oh yeah, because they finished the fucking... They finished the...
Cameras.
Yeah, well they're doing the... Aren't they doing the barriers on the motorway?
Yeah, I think they're doing a lot of that, and they're also doing like tender reservation grass cutting and all that while they're there.
That's gonna be fun. I'm heading to Manchester next week, so... And it's still going on, because it's gonna be going on till...
Yeah, it's all month. Like
October, innit?
I've been doing a lot of like this way, so I'm not saying a huge amount of it, but yeah, it's on for a while.
I've heard it's till October, because apparently the barriers come to the end of its life, and I'm thinking, well, that may be, but how many fucking trucks and shit have gone through it?
That's it, stocked up on wood beams. I did take up a lot of planks, but he didn't want any of them, so I was going to take them to the warehouse.
Yeah. It took me so long to get the episode skipped, but then it was like...
I actually done it. It was, to be honest with you, mate, I had a bit of a busy weekend, so I didn't spend a lot of time sat at my PC.
Yeah.
It's like, I work Saturdays normal, then Saturday night I was working again down at the social club.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think I'd just not eaten enough because Sunday I just felt absolute dog shit. I spent 2/3 of the day asleep. I think a lot of it I hadn't eaten and drunk enough.
Yeah.
But like, 'cause she went to meet some friends in town, so I drove her, come back, fell asleep on the sofa, went back to pick her up, come back, fell asleep on the sofa again.
Yeah.
Then got up in time to go out and see me dad Sunday night, and then back to bed to go to work Monday. So I feel fantastic today, so like I say, I think I'd also done a full solid week of early starts, whether that had caught up with me a little bit. And my start time can be anywhere between 6 and 8, depending on which run I'm on. I generally do 1-6 a week for last week and the next 2 weeks, pretty much every morning. I'm actually technically working 6 days this week.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Wednesday I'm only going in for like 3 hours. I was going in to help in the office because we've ended up with like 3 office members on holiday on the same week. And you can't really run that office solo. Well, you can, but you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, but the thing is, people normally communicate, you're supposed to work around each other on holiday time, yeah?
Well, no, because we submit holidays to our boss. We have to fill like a proper form in. And then what you would hope is they go and check all their information first and think, well, he's off, and he's off.
Oh yeah,
maybe not a good idea to give somebody else this week off as well. And I'm not that worried, but to be honest with you, I'm not that worried. I'm not taking a van out. I'm just going in, doing the office and coming back again.
Yeah.
It's a nice little bit of overtime and scores me some nice points next time I'm asking for a favour somewhere.
You ask for favours?
Well, you know when you suddenly say, oh look, can I get a short run that day because I wouldn't mind getting finished a bit earlier or something.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't hurt to be on the good side.
Yeah, and it's like, well, if it's said no, it's like, well, I did help you out.
Yeah, well, it's
You know.
Yeah. Who's the one who's always digging us out the shit?
Wow.
Wait a minute. What's that?
Well, this...
What's up?
These trailers aren't high capacity.
Which one are you using?
The green one?
I think it should be at least 250k, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it's full. Put it this way, I'm having to just go and nick the other trailer, then get the rest out.
Fair enough.
To get the rest out of the machine, it's like...
Well, you could have just gone and unloaded it at the silo for now and then re-unloaded it again.
I could have done, but then I'm gonna... I'm literally just gonna hop it, get whatever, see what else is left, and then hop these down to the places. So I might as well just keep it in the truck.
Fair enough.
I had a plan.
You had a plan.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I had a plan. Might not have been a very good plan, but at least I had a plan.
Let's just have a look for what do we need off these grass fields.
Grass? I actually have no idea because I have no idea what you're doing when you're doing silage or...
I'll probably do a bit of both because I can do silage in the pit.
That's what I mean. Could we do silage?
We have a bit in here, but...
I mean, I know you've got it based, like, but... What were you saying?
I'm just trying something, give me a second.
Oh.
Yeah, that works actually, it works nicely.
What were you thinking?
I've put those, those digital signs on the bale stores to give you the quantity in litres of what's in there.
Do they?
So actually, yeah, we don't have a lot. We actually have a lot of silage. Look up there.
Alright, 19,500.
So probably at least one field of silage.
Well, that'll be the bigger one then, won't it? The bigger grass field.
Probably, yeah, and then 9, I might just bale that as actual grass for the sheep. I've got to remember, we do actually want straight grass now.
Yeah, we do. For some reason.
The sheep.
Oh, you put the thing in, did you put the thing back in?
The thing back in?
On the outside.
Yeah, I did.
Fair enough. So we have
Crazy.
310,000 litres. Right. So in total...
I'm still on 2.6 million on Riverbend.
In total...
I'm working my way through them slowly.
Well, we have 621,000 litres of carrots right now. Over 2 trailers.
Oh, that'll do.
That's nowhere near your Riverbend target yet.
Well, like I said, 2.8 million, I'm slowly been working. I was at 4.1 when I harvested them all. I've been slowly feeding our stick factories.
I mean, fucking hell. You'd have to have, like, 1 and 2. Possibly.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. No, actually, I did like 6 straight fields on Riverbend. I just, like I say, it was my own fault. I didn't think about it when I did it. Because I just realised I was doing, I think it's canola that you can harvest first, I'm pretty sure. And I realised if I turn the fields around quickly, I could actually plant carrots and harvest them the same year.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm getting 2 harvests out of one field then, aren't I?
Yeah.
So that to me sounds fan-bloody-tastic. I just misjudged just the quantities I end up with.
Yeah.
Just thank fuck for the Colossus, because try to do that with the machine that pumps out pallets.
No. I mean, I know you've got a hefty rig, but...
Yeah, I think that'd even make. I think it'd even make that suffer.
And it's just like, you know.
I've kind of done it a little bit again this time, but not quite as bad because I've spread it out because I realised if I was really quick I could actually plant green beans. So I've done a couple of big fields of green beans.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't know what you want putting back on 3. I'll have to sort that out in a minute.
Yeah, well, I need to do a little bit of work on that because I accidentally
chopped it. That's fine. I'll leave it as it is, and I'll let you do whatever you need to do first.
Well, I can do that. I'll do that quickly. That's all I need to do is I need to manually edit it. I can get an AI to do the rest of the ripping.
Can't see a fucking thing. It's as thick as pea soup.
Where the hell's the track?
Where's what?
Where the hell's the track?
Yeah. So, I don't know if you'd heard about Verstappen.
Yeah, I knew about it. Apparently, he managed it.
He was supposed to do 2 days.
No, but from what I heard, he actually managed to get the right license to race the GT4.
Yeah, for the NLS, yeah. Well, he was supposed to do.
From what I heard, he managed to qualify 6th in a rookie car, which means he's actually 100 horsepower down on the professionals.
Yeah.
And he still qualified 6th at like 20 odd. And
he finished 7th overall in the race. He finished like 7th in class.
I think that lad might go places, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, technically, for him to get that license, he was supposed to do 2 days there, but because the fact...
Yeah, but they could make certain dispensations and get it done in 1, couldn't they? I remember hearing that at the time.
No, but because of the fact he had driven in mixed conditions. So because he'd driven in like
There's like a changeable track.
yeah, because it had gone wet and everything else, he basically they made the dispensation and give it him in one day, which is like, well, fair play. And it's not
From what
because
I heard, from what I heard as well, didn't his teammate also bin the other car or something?
yeah. But it's not, there was no, he made no mistakes. He did everything that was required, and it's like,
Yeah.
fair play to him.
I mean, to be fair, I'm of the opinion because I had a few people say to me, why are they making him do all this? He's an F1 World Champion. I said, no, fair enough. If he wants to race in a category,
He has to.
go to their standards. I don't see that being top of one automatically qualifies you for another. Don't get me wrong, I've no doubt it's opened doors for him. Because Healer got into that championship quicker than a lot of other people could.
Oh yeah.
But he's still, but I agree that he should have to go through the proper licensing and.
He's still got to go through the channels.
Mm.
Because if he doesn't hold the category, then he's not allowed to race.
I have a feeling he's going to do the Triple Crown,
Triple Crown. Le Mans.
Le Mans, F1 World Championship, Indy 500. That's considered the F1 Triple Crown. That's considered the Motorsport Triple Crown. Only one person has that right now.
You've got me thinking.
Graham Hill. Graham Hill.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there's a few people out there who have two. Fernando Alonso, I think, has two now because he has IndyCar and F1.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And there's a couple of people who have, because there's actually two versions of the Triple Crown, depending on, some say it's the F1 World Championship, some say it's the Monaco Grand Prix.
Hmm.
And now, if you go by Monaco Grand Prix, there is a couple of others that are sort of on the charts, but yeah, only Graham Hill has that accolade. I think Alonso's always wanted that, because Alonso's done, say, Indy and F1, and he keeps having a crack at Le Mans.
Yeah.
But I think Max is somebody who could do it.
Oh, aye.
And I think this is why he's doing what he's doing, because I think next couple of years, I reckon we'll see him at Le Mans in a hypercar.
Hmm.
And then after that, I'm pretty sure getting an Indy 500 drive won't be difficult.
No.
Heck, there's a lot of ex-F1 guys in there anyway.
Exactly. I just...
As I know when I tried to watch it last year.
Yeah.
God, I don't know how I just watched an hour and a half of them sat in cars waiting for the rain to stop.
Well, that was almost Spa.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the greatest race. I don't know, it's just not for me. But yeah. I mean, I don't know how he did in the GT4 race. I only heard about the. No, sorry, I forget which way round it is. I only heard about Saturday. I didn't hear about the Sunday. So I don't know how he went on this.
I don't think he did the Sunday.
Did he not have to then? Did they give it?
Because they give it him on the Saturday.
So I reckon he's lined up. It's funny enough, the one ones I work with, he's quite big into his sim racing. And into his endurance and stuff, and he talks about it. And he says he reckons he's lined up to do Nürburgring 24.
He's lined up to do the NLS series in Nürburgring. Whether he'll do the 24, I don't know. He's doing what Broadbent does. Broadbent's in the NLS.
This is where I don't follow endurance racing enough, I'll be honest. But then again, sometimes catching it's not always the easiest.
No.
You know, it's not like F1. It's
mean,
like I'd love to follow rallying a bit more, but it's so hard unless you catch the highlights on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, one of the rally stages has been fined big bucks. They've been fined about over 15,000.
I don't know.
I think it's over
I caught the highlights in
15,000.
Chile of the weekend.
One of the.
What are you getting stuck with?
Huh?
I think you've seen a blocked by an object for one of the AI. Looks like he's actually cleared himself.
It's not the dude that's ripping, is it?
Must be. I think that's the only AI we've got working right now.
Because, yeah, it's one of the rally stages got fined about, I think it's about €15,000.
For what?
Safety breach.
Yeah.
Which is big, which is serious in a sport like that.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, I'm hoping when the 24 comes back around, I'm catch the live stream again.
Like I say, it's one of the things
it's in a language you can't understand, but...
So, the last 2 years I've caught bits and pieces of Le Mans.
Le Mans always one I struggled to catch.
No, the last couple of years I've not seen it all the way through, but I've managed to like keep dropping in and out of it.
Well, it was a red flag one. Was it Le Mans red flag?
Was it last year?
Or am I thinking 24 hours in there?
Le Mans, I think last year there was a bad one when was one of the Toyotas got ran into by a GT3 car in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
They went clean on top of him.
Yeah, it was Le Mans.
Basically the last 2 years that Ferrari have won it. Say Kubica won it last year, didn't he? And the year before it was Giovinazzi.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know how true it is. Apparently, recently, it probably is true. The might have been Monza. King Kimi was in Max's garage with his family.
Was he? I never saw that. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see him being at Monza possibly with Ferrari, because let's not forget, he's still the last Ferrari F1 champion.
Right, I've got 264,134 litres left, and I've just dropped whatever in the soup factory.
Okay.
So
just stick him back in the silo then.
Okay, will do.
I don't think there's much point in selling it. We don't necessarily desperately need the money right now.
No.
Stick him back in silo and they can be fed to a soup factory.
So if I kind of get why Kimi would be there with Max.
I get why. If he was going to be at any F1 race, I would have said possibly Monza, and like I said, but I would have guessed he'd be against a Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, because he was a Ferrari champion. He basically finished his days with Alfa Romeo, which was Ferrari's second team. Yeah, he's a Ferrari guy.
Yeah.
Say last champion. He'll still be a god to the Tifosi.
Yeah.
Funny, I was listening to something talk about if Ferrari don't win a world championship in the next, I think it's 2 seasons, it will be the longest time they've ever gone in history without a world championship.
And let me put this question to you. Can you see it?
2026 is going to be a big reset. We don't know what's going to happen, but honestly, it'll be a miracle. We don't know what's going to happen next year, do we? Because we're onto a totally different set of rules now.
And
I would hazard a guess the guys at the top. That's what I mean. I mean, look at the start of And one thing I will say, usually at the start of a new set of engine rules, the manufacturer teams tend to do well. Because they're the ones who are at the forefront.
Yeah.
You know, look at last time we got the turbo hybrids. It was Mercedes came out the blocks running, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and it took Honda, it took Red Bull, sorting Honda out to capture. So I could be wrong, but I reckon the likes of Mercedes, Ferrari could actually stand a better chance than some of the customer teams. I say I'm not going to put a lot to Cadillac or Ferrari on their first season. The Cadillac or Audi, sorry, on their first season. Give them time to settle in.
We could be pleasantly surprised, though.
I said it in the podcast. If we're sat at the end of the Australian qualifying and the two caddies are last and second to last, they've won.
Yeah.
Because if they've beaten somebody who's been in for years...
Has the fertiliser been out yet?
No. You know what I mean? Don't expect, I'd say, Audi, especially with Audi making their engine and everything, aren't they? So, you know, they've got... I wouldn't expect anything out of them for 2 or 3 years. Give them a chance to get their act together, figure this world out. Every time, because when I have a friend who's like, baby, it's legit, it's a Volkswagen group, they'll get it right, they'll be at the top straight away. It's like, yeah. I mean, Toyota came at it with an unlimited budget, and look what they got at it. Feck all. It's not an easy game. And you're going up against some very long-standing players.
Oh yeah, I don't expect.
I honestly think probably more so Audi. I don't really know Cadillac. I expect Audi to actually eventually get themselves up, certainly to high midfield, probably pretty quickly. Just because Audi do have, well, I suppose Cadillac have Le Mans history and that, don't they?
Yeah.
The Toyota cars. And it's Andretti behind it. Now he knows his motorsport, but you think Audi have a lot of success at Le Mans and all that. They do know how to build race cars.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Andretti might have his shit together, but when it comes to IndyCar, you know,
well,
he doesn't.
Haas have proven one thing: IndyCar success doesn't guarantee F1 success.
No.
You know what I mean? Haas are big in IndyCar, NASCAR, and all that.
I don't think Haas were.
I'm sure Haas makes one of the chassis in IndyCar, yeah. It doesn't make that big a difference when anything we're doing. Luckily we're not harvesting, so...
I finished all that, so...
And mowing luckily isn't affected. I'm sure Haas makes some IndyCar chassis.
Unsure. Don't really follow Haas that.
Well, I know of their past.
You know, my main more interest is the other teams. I know it sounds wrong, but...
Oh no, I don't say.
If Haas were winning, you know, it'd be different. But
So you're a glory supporter is what you're saying?
no, because I don't think I would cheer Haas on. Because, I mean, oh yeah, there was that moment, you know, K-Mag and his fucking horn. Brilliant scenes.
They certainly do NASCAR. Brazil was that bolt.
Yeah, I know.
They certainly do NASCAR.
No, I said it was brilliant scenes. You just saw him starting to just...
When they realised that what was happening.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same vein as that freaking third place at Silverstone for Hulk, wasn't it, you know?
Yeah.
It's great to see them little guys occasionally get... Because something like that to a team like that is worth so much, just in morale.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Lando because he won his home Grand Prix for the first time, but all the world could focus on was K-Mag getting third.
It was Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg, sorry, getting third, yeah. Get my words mixed up.
Right, where am I going? 45.
5.
Okay. But it's just, yeah. But things are gonna get, I think things are gonna get a bit spicy now.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? I've been doing some thinking about it, it's like, I still stand by everything I've said about, I think it's Piastri's to lose, but at the same time, Lando's maybe taking more of a fight to it than I first was willing to give him credit for.
Yeah, but it's not that. If the team are not willing, you know what I mean? The team pull this bullshit all the time. They could Oscar could not get this championship because they'll be making him play.
Hey, I've told you before. Max is 94 points behind with 216 left available.
Oh no, discount.
Don't rule him out.
No, what I'm saying is, if Oscar wants to win this championship, McLaren need to back down a little bit and let them just do it.
Well, at least he tried that in Canada and look what happened.
That was Lando's fault.
I'm not saying whose fault it was. I'm just saying that's what happened when they sort of gave them free caveat.
Yeah, but the thing is,
for what it's worth, I fully agree with you. I 100% agree with you.
We don't.
I mean, we're almost getting back to the Fernando is faster than you days.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's like, well, you know, you want them to race, sort of thing. You want them to race. Well, let them fucking race then.
They're in a very good position right now where it's basically those two who are fighting for it.
You know, it's... Look, you're going to have the constructors by this... You'll have the constructors sealed by this weekend.
It could do, yeah.
If it goes well. But...
Which I believe, would that not be one of the earliest it's ever been?
Will be.
And I know before anybody says, oh, we've got more races, it's difficult. I can't give you exact mathematical numbers, but I'm pretty sure it'll be about the earliest in the season percentage-wise.
Well, usually, usually, depending on how the season goes, the constructors is normally wrapped up around Singapore.
Yeah. Well, I think the last few years,
the
last few years, the drivers have been first standing because Max has been that far ahead.
Yeah.
But because Red Bull have really had two competitive drivers, they've not been able to sell the constructors up as fast.
No. And the thing is, it's now I believe
you can fly.
No. You heard of P1 with Thingy, haven't you?
Yeah. Tom and Matt.
Yeah.
Nearly as good as the GTUK F1 podcast, available everywhere podcasts are. That isn't Apple.
Apart from Apple.
Well, I said that isn't Apple.
Yeah. Well, Tom said it right, that, you know, they need to let them race. They need to let them...
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, do the talking on the track, and it is gonna be... And that's what, yeah, it got people talking, but it actually made me not want to watch the rest of Monza. Weirdly enough.
Well, when they pulled that trick.
Yeah, when they pulled that.
Well, they did right to the end, so.
Yeah, but it was like, do I really want to watch the rest of this now? Because in my eyes, as a McLaren and Red Bull fan, it's just like, well, you favour Lando more.
You've almost hit that point where you've got to try and do what we had to do during the Hamilton and Vettel days, which is kind of ignore first. Because there's often something decent going on further down. I mean, Hadjar once again, solid pit lane to points. You know what I mean? Lawson had a pretty solid race. There was a few midfielders had really good solid races.
Yeah, but it was just... and a few other things I've listened to as well.
I must admit, we're getting, and this is where I love F1, I do, I'm not going to like, but there have been times when it's been bloody tough to justify.
Yeah.
And we're almost seeing one of those eras again, which I'm not, I'm just holding on that next year's going to be a shake-up.
Yeah,
because...
I get it. McLaren are dominant. Lando wants championship, but...
I mean, McLaren's dominant. You've got to give credit that 3 years ago, McLaren were a fucking joke.
Yeah, but look at, the fact that Lando, I honestly think not. A lot of the Norris fans are gonna hate me.
Well, both of them.
I think Lando didn't expect when Oscar joined. I don't think Lando.
You didn't expect competition.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
I've thought the exact same thing. Lando has for years thought he's getting ready to win a championship. Yeah. McLaren's his team. He's tried to do at McLaren what Verstappen's done at Red Bull. What Hamilton did at Merck. What Schumacher did at Ferrari.
Yeah.
He's engineered that team around him.
Mm-hmm.
What he didn't bank on was them getting a teammate in who could actually take the fight to him.
Yep.
And the majority of the time, let's be honest, he actually bloody beat him.
Well, he has. There's been, okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Been a few times. Australia was a bit unlucky, but...
what's Lando's what now? 6, 7 seasons in the sport?
Yeah.
Piastri's 2.
And is in line to possibly become a world champion.
And he's really showing the experienced guy how it's done.
Yeah, and how much... The thing is, I think Lando will be happy for Oscar, but I reckon if Oscar gets this championship...
All that be round to his head was his words at the end of last season.
What? Next year's my year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to you when he said that he was freaking...
He's doomed himself.
Flying in the face of karma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'd love to see him do it for a Brit. I think he's a nice guy and I'd love to because he's a Brit. And yeah, I like seeing Brits do well because I'm British. Throw from that what you will. But I've said it for a long time, I just think he lacks that last little bit of killer instinct.
Yeah,
that little bit of ruthlessness that Max does so well.
Yeah.
That Hamilton did when he needed to. I mean, you can draw a lot of conclusions back to 2016 and the Rosberg-Hamilton year. When it was 2 teammates going at it.
Yeah.
The year that Rosberg actually managed to come out on top. When teammates are fighting, it's hard. But
the problem is with McLaren as well, it's the whole... Oh, but they're both number 1 drivers. You know what I mean? They're both...
It doesn't work.
No.
It never works.
And they're trying to keep the peace between them, and it's like, yeah, that's not happening. I've said this before, and I always think it's easy to forget. Don't forget, these lads are in like their early 20s, late teens, early 20s. Yeah.
They're young lads, you know what I mean? And young lads are a bit hot-headed, a bit daft at times.
I don't know about Piastri,
And we
like,
s-
Jesus.
I'm sure he has his moments. You know, a couple of cans of Fosters, and he could be, you know, all could happen.
Yeah, but McLaren are having to be very careful what they are, how they manage it, because
I think they're over managing it.
yeah,
Honestly,
but
I think it's one of the things to me that yes, there has to come a point where you have to step in, but you can let them race and they'll sort themselves out.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, they're both clever enough to know not to throw it away. Lando made that mistake in Canada, and I will pull that down. That was a mistake, which everybody can do that.
yeah, but
They're generally both intelligent and good enough to know that running into each other doesn't help anybody.
no. It's like Monza last year.
Yeah.
Lando didn't like the move that Oscar made on him. It's like, he's racing you. He's allowed to do it.
Yeah, he's not going to roll it. You know, we're not at the like Schumacher and Barrichello and Ferrari days where he would just move out of the way
Yeah.
because his contract quite clearly stipulated that was the case. And you know, I think it was an interview with Felipe Massa a long time ago, I heard, where he talked about that dynamic. He said once you get in your head that yes, you are playing second fiddle to whoever, he says it's difficult to do because as a racer you're programmed to win. Win at any cost. Then you go to someone like that, he said you've got to think to yourself, well, basically second becomes winning.
Yeah. Where does
Because you're not allowed to beat the other guy.
does the fertilizer live with the trailer or not? How does it live?
I think I usually put it in the other side of the barn the trailers are in.
I don't know.
If you look the other side, there's like cultivators and shit over there, isn't there?
There's a cultivator. Yeah. Put it over there.
Yeah, they can put it in there for now, yeah. Some of this stuff doesn't really have dedicated places yet, because sometimes I just start to feel out where stuff's best. Plus we'll probably want out because these two grass fields are going to want to be fertilising anyway. But it doesn't matter just yet, I'll get the grass off them before we do that.
And it's just like, I just
Alright, let's put it. You're Zach Brown. How do you handle what's going on right now? What do you do? What do you do differently from what they're doing now?
to be honest, I don't actually know what I'm do. Apart from if Oscar wins, give him a bit more than like you do with fucking Lando. That's the thing that is quite disappointing. You know, you see an Oscar winning. I get why they did it, you know. I get why they did what they did at Canada, because obviously Lando crashed out. And then Zandvoort was, you know, there wasn't much with Zandvoort, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but Lando had a mechanical failure. You know, they need to be a bit...
Yeah, they didn't ask Piastri to pull over to keep it fair, did they?
No. I didn't agree with that team order.
I don't think anybody out there truly did, unless you have to be a die-hard fan of one driver.
Well, yeah, but it's just like... And that's why I said, even when I said on our podcast, I said about, you know, the whole look at Max and Perez. Go back to Max and Perez at Brazil? Was it Brazil?
Something like that, yeah.
Where he basically screwed him, sort of thing. Put his foot down. Which, I'm sorry, if Lando wanted Oscar, should have got him. I get it, we're going back to Hungary and all this bollocks, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like McLaren have this weird thing because go back to Monza when Danny Ricciardo was at McLaren and they got that 1-2. Lando was told to hold station.
Yeah.
Wasn't allowed to go against Danny Rick. But you know, I get there's a time for team orders, but a slow pit stop and that's not gonna fit in there. Fuck. What is this doing?
What's that?
Ripper. Green Ripper.
I was putting it next to the loading shovel.
Oh, right, okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. But Lando had a slow start. Who?
That's all part of racing.
That's their own fault. That's a pit.
Let's be honest, I think what made it was the fact that Lando gave up the chance of first pit stop. Now, I'm playing devil's advocate here because I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying this for the sake of... I think what it was, because we heard the radio chatter.
Yeah.
Where Lando was asked and was told to give Piastri first stop.
Well, he wasn't.
Because
Lando said, give him.
He offered it.
Yeah.
Because he gave Piastri defence against Leclerc.
Yeah. He gave Piastri.
But if you...
First
and I
stop.
know the world's not this black and white, but then if it had been the other way, it's Piastri would have got that slow stop.
Yeah.
And he then would definitely have been got by Leclerc and quite possibly the next couple of cars behind them.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it's... Okay, that field. What do you want on this field?
Whatever you'd like.
Anything apart from corn.
Gone but not forgotten.
Oh. Let me check.
We'll have a look at what we already have and just see what you've...
Barley... Canola... What are we giving chickens?
Anything that they're capable of eating.
What have we been giving chickens, though?
I think they've been getting... From what I read from various places, probably barley's your best thing to feed them because barley gives you the most crop per hectare.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it as cheaply as, bear in mind that all the foods are equal in terms of nutrition and that. Barley is your best bet because it's like you see you get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah, because
if you get me.
Because we had barley on 43. We had.
Yeah, well, I think that should be in. Is it? No, it might have been. I might actually have given it to the.
We have 64,000 litres of barley in the silo.
I don't remember. I think I put some in the grain mill.
You may have done. But there is barley somewhere in the silo, I think. But it's just, yeah, I don't want a championship. I don't want to see a championship like won on.
One driver being meant to move out, being told to move out of the way.
I don't want to see it being won on team orders, to be honest.
No, I know what you mean, and I think a lot of fans agree with you.
Oh bollocks! Oh well.
What have you done?
Putting sorghum down instead.
It's alright, sorghum's still useful.
Still chicken food. But
chicken food on flour.
Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, I just kind of don't want to see a championship being done.
I know exactly what you mean. I don't disagree with you.
Because, you know, go back to 2021, yes, there was a controversial decision that caused that championship. But always misses that fucking corner. But up until that point, it was a straight fight.
What I will say is I also wonder if part of McLaren is they don't want to risk. They realise they've got two shit hot drivers and don't want to piss off something where they start looking elsewhere.
Yeah, that's the point. No.
Yeah, 'cause I'm pretty sure either of them could walk into pretty much any team on the grid right now and would be offered a place because they're both performing. Especially someone like, well, if you could sign Piastri up now, you've got a driver for potentially a lot of years there who looks very good.
You just need to give him the fucking car, that's the problem.
Oh yeah, well, that goes with anybody, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there's not many Maxes who could drive a wheelie bin around the circuit and still outdo the Aston Martins.
So I need to have to do bits they've missed.
I think if he turned up at Baku in that Porsche GT3 car, he still won't qualify last.
No. And that's the thing, other people would be like, well, oh, but he's used to 1,000 horsepower. Yes, he may be used to 1,000 horsepower, but a GT3 car and an F1 car, I imagine, handle pretty fucking differently.
Well, the GT3 car is probably closest to throwing the safety car around the track.
Yeah.
No exaggeration. In terms of the size and weight, it's got to be nearer to that. Now, I mean, we know, I know it's a lot, Max, he likes doing stuff like that. When he's on the off-season, him and his dad just go rent friggin' Spa and take sports cars around it.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason why he set up the Verstappen racing team is to give himself a nice easy access into GT racing when he wants it. It's easy to say I'm going to have a drive when you own the car.
Yeah. Oh, it's missing.
You know, and let's be honest, as I've said, and I will say it again, Red Bull are going to follow him and sponsor him no matter what he wants to do. I think I read a thing and he was saying this NLS race of the weekend was expecting 50,000 extra viewers because Max was there.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean disrespect, I must admit, I don't know a lot about the NLS series. I don't know who else is in it. There's probably one or two other names I'd recognise. But
I wonder if Broadbent was in it.
I don't know, I'd have to go and look at the list. But there might be one or two touring car drivers and that I know that are in here. I'm not saying there isn't, but you bring someone like Max in, he brings a following.
Oh yeah.